react to some shit right now. The fuck is this, bro? That shit looks ass. Yo, that shit looks ass, bro. These are all old. Like, some of these, don't get me wrong, like, I haven't seen, but like, I don't want to watch no old shit, bro. The final Game of Thrones trailer. Fuck it. We're gonna see. This is our new Daenerys Targaryen. Hold on.
When you look at the dragons, what do you see?
I suppose I see us.
Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did.
Like, this looks way too many years ago, and it had like changed. Which is like,
You restore the House of the Dragon to its proper glory. We play an ugly game. You have the determination to win it. History does not remember blood. It remembers names. We're all family! Fighting must cease!
Doesn't show too much, bro, and spoil shit. That was a good trailer. This game, bro, I don't even know if it's coming out, bro. There's so much games that it's like, bro, I don't even know if it's gonna come out, bro. Eight new survival games.
This game has been in development
The only survival game I've been playing recently is fucking Grounded.
for over 5 years, and this one looks insane, but barely anyone's heard of it. Here are the 8 best upcoming survival games of 2022. Number properly live in harmony with nature, which is actually a really cool idea. Enon is actually the island you spawn in on, and there are tons of secrets for you to supposedly discover. The game will feature base building, crafting, they really weren't joking. It's set to release in the third quarter of 2020. Buy towns you can use to sell your produce, buy tractors, and help build new defense systems. The game is pretty secretive though, with not everything being revealed, meaning there is so much more to discover. They do have a pretty comedic section on their Steam page though that clearly states it includes no horse, no cinematic story, no huge explosions, not even haven't yet fallen for the pirates, while learning how to survive in the wilderness. Of different items, and one being Alex and the other is Anna, both of whom have obviously traveled a lot of seemingly realistic lore with a hint of creatures called POWs. You can make your POWs fight, build, farm, and even work in factories for you. Now, has anyone told Peter about this game? Because that sounds pretty... never mind. My favorite PAL is definitely this blue looking fella. I mean, it's literally just an angry looking duck. What's not to love? Now, this really sounds like a fantasy game, and oftentimes those can be a bit too easy to survive in, as they often focus on put your pals to work and you can make pyramids, spaceships, modern mansions. But is this guy really happy with his life? Power World is also multiplayer and includes tons of exploration, all of looking open world survival horror experience. Honestly, I know this one's popular given it's connected directly to the forest, but I hadn't heard of it until I actually did the research for this list. I know I'm uncultured, but I'm learning, guys. In this game, you're sent to a remote island in order to find a missing billionaire, and the hellscape you land in is infested with cannibals, and it's your job to survive by doing anything possible. Crafting, building, alone, or with friends. It sounds like a terrifyingly immersive game because of those graphics. They look insane. Like The Forest, but 10 times better. And I do think The Forest is a beautiful game, by the way. Another feature that is probably my favorite in any game is
cannibals, and they think they're all big and bad until they see that stick for the first time.
the changing of seasons. In spring and summer, you can fish out salmon from the streams, and then for winter, you should be saving up meat. As in the cold, the food is apparently quite scarce, and you also won't be the only one looking for a meal. Those cannibals are demons, by the way, and they have pistols, axes, and some other unpleasant surprises waiting for you. So, definitely not a game for the lighthearted. Number Duo development team, and it's coming out next month on July 8th. But let's take a look at the actual game. Madison is a first-person psychological horror game that delivers a quote immersive and terrifying experience unquote. So while it's not an open world game live, the lore behind Madison is also save your life, but perhaps move, and the graphics look pretty cool too, thanks to what I can only assume is the next-gen technology. Like any survival game, there's lore. 20 years of bacteriological war decimated the human race, and you are one of the few survivors. It's your job to fight for safety in this pretty post-apocalyptic world. Explore forests, experience different seasons, find artifacts, craft new items, build cozy houses inside of old abandoned buildings, and thrive. One of the key features of Rooted is the constant evolution though. New crafts, but also events, quote. And yeah, this game changed the survival games.
Exploring and shit, like, you walking around in a video game is probably the least most interesting thing. Like, I've been doing that shit in Demon Slayer, bro. I played Demon Slayer, I'm just like, bro, everything's automatic, you can't even jump, like, it's just fucking stupid, like, it's boring.
Of Nightingale, your goal is to craft, build, fight away monsters, and of course, survive.
Bro, I'm trying to look for, like, some new trailers that I haven't seen before, bro. Like, some new shit. A Day Before is the most wish-listed game on stream. The thing is, bro, it's like, with a lot of these games, bro, that looks too good to be true, you have to just wonder if it's gonna come out. Assassin's Creed Infinity. I don't really fuck with Assassin's Creed like that, to be honest. That fucking one with the I don't even know what it's called. It's not Valhalla. The one before that, that one was pretty trash, bro. The fighting was not unique whatsoever. Why does this look like a fucking video game? You know what? Let's look up the Batman trailer, bro. Is this real? Yo, when Squid Games 2 comes out, that's finna be banging. Just watch this, bro.
In Canada, we have a taste for cold. Like steeped cold brew, marbled with silky cream, and topped with velvety, espresso-infused foam. For a cool, smooth sip, Tim's Cold Brew with new espresso-infused foam.
Or whatever the case is, but like all the other places, like Canada.
In the 1650s, 5 families left Europe, eventually landing on the Canes established themselves on realist Cobblepot, a patchwork in history, city. And it isn't merely window dressing. The timeline informs everything from the plot, to the gameplay, to the game's biggest mystery, the Court of Owls conspiracy. The team didn't just build an open world to play in, it's truly trying to build a city.
necessity to get nice graphics, right?
Key to this take on Gotham are those 5 boroughs and the worldview of the families that historically controlled them.
So for us, the 5 boroughs, it started with the families. The families moved there, they built imposing structures within those districts. So then we build around that to where the identity for those districts really is based off of that family.
Simply having someone speak them out loud.
If you visit a city in real life, it's hard to tell some of that history. So because we're making a game, really what we want to do is kind of obviously reveal some of that stuff. So there's a lot of areas that are kind of stuck in time, like even something is, kind of generic as construction. Like it becomes interesting when it's halted construction, or it's now abandoned and overgrown, or it's ruins. All those things are more interesting for the player than just a modern city. So we tried to have a lot of those areas where it's almost stuck in time, so the player can really experience what it was back then a little bit too, and see how the city evolved.
The team has historical and gameplay basis for every new environment. Take the Cauldron.
What would be cool, since this is like 4 players, I'm pretty sure it's not just 2 players. Since it's 4 players, what would be cool is like, I literally have a team of 4, so it's my 2 cousins and our family friend. We have to play this game all together. So hopefully it's not like a Halo thing where it's like, oh, you have to wait so fucking long, like a year for the fucking thing to, for multiplayer. But it'll be cool if we go on different missions and shit in the meantime. Not all do the same missions, just because 4 people doing one mission, I feel like that would be too much. But
built into the Cobblepot's lower Gotham area.
We always would like to tell a story with every borough, and there's one specific one that is not necessarily related to the family, but is an effect of some of the projects that those families undertook, which was a mining operation that happened in a riverbed, like actually a site. A complete different way for the player to navigate over. It's a lot more parkouring, so the player always has the choice to pick the best tool and the best navigation.
History and gameplay can be seen across the city. The once beautiful Robinson Park is a symbol of the city's decay, but it's also an open space where your usual stealth tactics may no longer work in the same way. The enormous Elliott Center is a literally gilded reminder of the family patriarch, complete with a museum exhibit about the family inside. And it's also a complex, multi-layered bit of vertical level design built to house the Mr. Freeze boss battle later in the game. And it's not just that timeline that acts as history here either. While this is a new take on Gotham, it includes many references to the comic books it's drawing from. Of course, there are buildings you'll know, places. Perhaps most.
One of the things that his city, that he to give you a sense of Gotham's history in order to be able to show all the ways in which the court is embedded in that. That feeling that Gotham is kind of
buildings and
going all the way back to like the late 1600s, and then we started to think, okay, well, what were the major events of accreted history?
But we see hints of it as we're shown Gotham's open world. A seemingly nondescript building, for example.
Chicago, like they had the fire.
On Gotham aims to feel like a legitimate place, not just a sandbox for spandex crime fighting. We've heard before that this will be the largest Gotham ever made in game form, but that's not what the developers are proud of.
We made a very big Gotham City, but what I think is really unique to Gotham Knights is the density of it. Sometimes I will be searching for something or fighting a crime and not realize how close to me something else is happening that I'm going to want to interact with afterwards or before. There's just such a depth of nooks and crannies to explore inside our city, and I think that that's really unique to Gotham Knights.
The idea of a Gotham packed with references, miniature histories, and sinister mysteries is alluring. After all, this is the promise of a town with real backstory, that it's not just the people living there who'll help tell the story, but the city itself. Gotham has been many things to many people. It's appeared in comics, movies, and gaming worlds. It's been reinvented repeatedly, traveling through time with us from block color 40s issues.
on one right now. If it's like in every other round, he's going to be inside B right off the rip. His walls are about to go down. Bit of a push in. Nice backside encroachment here by the side of C9 to see if they can get in.
It's just nerve-wracking there for Hayes. He's been dancing around the whole time. The patience from C9 to just stay around, basically in a square formation around that mid, looking for that mistake to happen. But now we're trying to fight back for a bit for Energy. Still stuck behind the arches as the knife kings out too. Mitch capitalizes on that duel versus Sam, and that leaves Tex a heavy investment into this round as well. He bought an operator here, and another attempt to chase him down, and it works. So the economy is going to continue to stay broken now, Riz.
What a round there as well. In Cloud9, don't have to worry really about anything behind them. Playing the Cypher, you double trap up, you have the cam to continue to check for even further range if you need to see if somebody has been coming or just holding a long angle. So wherever they set up, they're comfortable to always only be looking forward, covering each other's angles. And they seem like they are cooperating so well right now to orchestrate these rounds and when they're bringing it together off the back of Leaf. Again, you can't say that enough off the back of Leaf. And this is going to force a timeout from Energy quite early now to see what they might be able to do. It's been a lot of retake because you don't want to have to tango with Leaf in the beginning. It's getting kind of gross what he can do. So, what's next?
On top of that, speaking of Leaf, that's 4 first bloods that he's gotten, in 6 rounds. So that's building up the ult. He was able to get entries and create space out of that, 2 out of one of the overdrives. Now for Energy, though, like I mentioned before, it's been a lot of that issue where you're trying to get your economy together at the right spot. This timeout comes in perfectly because the ultimates should be very close. Look, Ethan's already one away from the Rolling Thunder. We haven't seen good value from that breach yet. But again, it's just because the economy has been so broken.
That guy mixed up
we're
with
looking for some sort of a hero rifle into this round as well for Energy.
His name is, bro.
It almost has to. Also, Energy loves to play in the buy game, right? The barter with the banker, if you will, on these rounds to keep themselves buying, to know they can still get armor, light or heavy next round and keep it in.
Bro,
so far, Energy's only round comes from the round Tex got Leaf, shut down Leaf first.
Low credits, bro.
So if you can get Leaf, that spells good things here. So far, he's really been the one to set the pace, though. Eyes on Leaf are in cave right now. On the right side, is a bit of noise is being made here on the left to see if they can stretch Energy thin. And this is something C9 has not done yet. So new territory for what Energy is.
a person that I actually use, and apparently people don't really use
doesn't
Reyna,
look like
which
it's going to
is
be a
my
Tex
main
versus Leaf anytime soon
high
in this
levels,
round.
so.
An op that comes out from the Dodafel says Leaf is holding towards the A site. Where Sam is looking to be first contact. Playing a little bit of an off angle here. The dink. 5 HP left on the Star Fragger for C9. A great start.
Still baiting the run-in. Fast lane makes Energy think a little bit here. Sam can let them know that nothing's really happening. 0 points going to be able to detect just one. They back off of that situation. Still holding a 2-3. Pretty good coverage right now for Energy to be able to hold this and pull around back in their favor.
And he came in through the doors, but the fragments on the ground. They're running the bomb down on these for Energy. Nice flashes coming out on both ends. The wall comes down on the defense, the aggressive one, allowing to gain more cover. But again, they're low on HP, so it's going to be very difficult to try to hold more than that. Last 2 players rotating out from under the bridge. And that snakebite actually didn't even go downtown from that bridge. And it's just going to be Tex here with this operator looking for the exits, looking to do the damage, and hopefully looking for the clutch too.
I was going to say, really awesome hold there. Actually, Tex coming in. Hold that thought. We'll have a little bit of time to discuss that.
Cage is about to come down.
Oh, yeah, the timing.
Right in it.
Oh, my word. Literally, playing the Cypher like it's just something to think about all the time. Mitch has such versatility between his agents and can use that timing so well. So I was going to say Sam's hold there, I thought was going to give him a round. So much time was delayed. It pressured Cloud9 into forcing. He did so much damage, taking down Leaf, shutting down the entry, and then still C9 is able to get themselves in and start hitting the shots there. Mitch obviously able to pull out the last one, but yeah, Mitch's ultimate there as well, completely giving up Energy's rotation. Cloud9 just seems to have every answer right now. Look at all the util off the bat. Mid coverage, arrow to elbow is going to help to catch. They try Hunter's Fury right off the rip. Mitch has his skating shoes on back there. Actually gets hit once.
Meanwhile, he did get pinged once, and Tex was looking for the backstab on elbow. But Som's on a rotate out. So we evened out a couple of trades here on mid, but we still have a Rolling Thunder right inside this B site where C9 looks to be leaning towards to at the beginning of this round.
I want to see the angles that they play.
Jiggle is at least going to spot Leaf. Unfortunately, EU was looking at the wrong corner and tried to flick back. That's not going to work. Ethan, you're just looking for the delay at this point. Anchoring towards the site by himself. Full utility, but doesn't want to waste a Rolling Thunder because he's got no teammates around him. Oh, and that allows Leaf to swing out the frag.
Ethan had a big chance there to get one down, but they were ready. They were waiting. Everybody's swinging to check that wide box. And now it's going to be tough, wall or not, on their way in here. They're not going to be able to set up too much for coverage. Cloud9 doing a fantastic job of setting up these rounds early to be able to cover each other, but the retakes we haven't seen too much of yet. Energy showing some life.
Okay, we're pinging it, so we can just ADS wall bang.
Okay, there's the wall.
Who cares about all the walls coming down? And he does get that wall bang on the Som. Looking for the second one
it's
here.
Too much,
as he just gets tagged a bit for a bit. But Mitch is also there for the support. The tag, the swing out, knife caught in hand. And now there's no time left. Very nice pulse time being played by Cloud9. And this is actually quite impressive after all. This is not the C9 with this comp that I've seen in the past. And it looks pretty flushed out, giving a lot of opportunities for Leaf on these first bloods here, Rid.
Whether you're flushed out from strategy or 100 Odin bullets flying your way. Oh my word. Vanity now cracking open 2 rounds for the team. Cloud9 getting these starts from more than one place. It doesn't have to just be Leaf Mitch here to end a few for them as well. Everybody in sync right now, and it seems like they're vibing on their end. Is 1 round so far for Energy.
I should watch more of these, bro.
Again, towards this mid strategy. A different wall as well, covering elbow side so they can fight right towards door.
Could have worked for a bit, but you're trying to drive by with your stinger. Lower eye coming out for Energy too. You were talking about the vibes here from C9. It looks really good. Curry getting the impact frags when he needs to, only needing 1 more for the Hunter's Fury, which can be very useful moving into the next round. You can carry this over when they have the gun round for Energy.
See if Tex can start heating up a little bit more. Once that Headhunter comes online, it can start to change things. Turn the game around. He starts looking towards Castle. Not going to happen. Leaf is ready and waiting. More peeks middle as Ethan tries to get the Marshall shots. Van Silly. You can see how much pressure Cloud9 has put on Energy here. They're hiding in corners, backed up, trying to get that last shot. And Cloud9 know it. So they continue to hunt and push forward.
Yeah, and despite these being eco-frags coming out from Leaf, just the way that he's getting that confidence into this round, the way that he's clearing spaces, even clearing out like these off angles that aren't expected. Like, look at these bushes everywhere right now. And he's back for me into like a form that of that top 5 conversation duelist in North America, in the world potentially. I don't want to like go too far ahead, but
Jump
at
the
least
gun.
there's like
Jump
you
it.
know,
Jump. No.
I don't want to face plant.
I got it.
I'm trying to leap over that.
Oh my. He's feeling it though. It's definitely
leaping for sure.
You love seeing this. That you cannot hate.
I don't want to
oh
make
my gosh. The things he's doing right now, you just gotta give a clap to. 15-6 right now in the 9 rounds that they have on the board. We get into round 10. They replicate a bit of what the start of their previous rounds. The wall is changed up a little bit as they actually still decide to go through mid on this one, Van Cillian. Look how far outside the site you have Energy playing now. Hoping this operator can go to work, hoping it's in the right spot, but C9 keep choosing correctly.
And at first,
there's
it's
your wall.
supposed to be a fake. But then Hayes actually moves back inside the site, puts the wall up, puts the pit at the same time. But the lurk is still from Mitch. They could still rotate back towards this B site. It's open.
They dipped out of it already. It's going to stay out for a little bit. The long ago Viper changes, and they're just going to get the site. Curry's able to play this fight. Curry is just playing Gladiator right now. You go do your thing, stay alive as long as possible, and create havoc. The jig is almost up, but they still have to worry about what Curry can do on the flank here. Spike has been planted. Oh my gosh.
Leaf cuts the rotation. 2 players towards the spawn for Energy, but now look at that. Because of that rotation, you still have a poison orb on Spike. There's still a snake bite available as well for Vanity. This is just going to look really good for C9 once again. So yeah, this is a nice little back and forth, the double pump from Cloud9.
nice try. A lot of bodies from energy here. The possibility rises. Oh, Vanity. Oh, not enough. That's going to be another one. Vans coming in. The 8-4 would feel pretty great after what energy has suffered here in this round. You got to say.
Yeah, I actually didn't think that was going to happen there for C9 to actually lose that round. So very nice for energy, seeing how, you know, Curry did a great job keeping them busy inside this A site and to rotate and the rotation.
They can win 2 more.
Leaf got
yeah, avoid the 9-3 curse.
I thought there was going to be no time left, but
they have to do it now.
That's what happens when you try to like discount energy on the retakes.
I mean, it was their second round, but a round of first, right? They get their first retake, first kill into a win, starting to get the flow, starting to understand how C9's playing. Better late than never here. And Mitch continues to carry the up on the Cypher. You have to be kidding. Tags him through the door to start things off. Feeling a little dusty there.
And Zeppa does have the ultimate work, but this time it's a very slow round by C9. They've been very proactive at the beginning of these rounds to go really quick with Leaf, do these fakes, do these pumps, but this time it's just going to be Leaf, even looking for an entry lure. By himself on the top of mid,
at his,
while the rest of C9 is looking to pop with the KO ult into A.
Oh, Tess.
Close.
Oh, in the gut. Leaf goes down. Okay, Leaf down round. Energy's hype just went through the roof for this one. Let's see if they can pick it up.
They got their best player
off.
Looks
like a little pressure towards A.
So let's see how they do with their best player gone.
From the 0 point out from Som. Still
usually that's what you want to do when a player is fucking dominating and carrying.
But this is looking really good from both teams.
Like I've been there before. I'm playing comp.
Has a Rolling Thunder. So many rounds ago, which could be useful.
You want to do that every fucking round.
Because Tex only had an op, but Tex now doesn't have a life. Ethan
2 against 1.
Mitch on a camera. Curry looking for the jump peaks. Now the camera even pings him, and Mitch wins that duel. Doesn't even need a help from Curry, and that's C9 9-2.
What a sketchy camera situation to play into. Like, obviously Curry's protecting you,
I want that ghost.
But to just be in there and be like, oh, wait, gotta get out, readjust, he's just there. Oh my gosh. If
I ever get that RGB knife on a night market, I'll be so pumped, bro. I'm buying it. I don't care how much it fucking costs.
Flexing the way of energy.
That's definitely the best
just toying
knife.
with him, honestly. It feels like you're right there, but nope. Still wins the firefight. The extended one, too, right? They were both kind of getting into a spray pattern there. Nicely done. It could be a 9-3. Energy really wanting this round here. Cloud9 want to capitalize with the 10. They slow it down a little bit more towards caves. Double wall up as they create their own little triangle here into the site. And Leaf is already towards orange on the backside.
There's a 4-player stack already from Energy.
Blind relay.
All the way towards the bridge. Couple of flashes coming out. EU connects on to Curry. The battle in the back and a nice from Som. Rolling Thunder coming out too. And that's going to be Zeppa now hit by that Rolling Thunder. Vanity full flash and a late lurk from Mitch. Still opposition in favor of Energy for the retake.
2 against 4.
So you're eliminating the flank opportunity as Ethan takes the
4.
opportunity to swing out instead. Kill him with that stinger. And it's a 4 versus 1. Vanity by himself has been a key player throughout this whole tournament. This is not going to be as easy. There you go. A nice little swing out from A. Another one of these rounds we had a lower buy from Energy, but still capitalizing on a win. A thrifty, a 9-3 curse potentially. We'll find out if that curse happens after this break.
Switching sides.
9-3 curse. Alright, so break. Let's see. Let me turn on my lights. Table so I have more room to
These squirrels are better at saving than we are.
To move my wrist.
Try embracing your inner squirrel. When you save with BMO, you can set up specific goals and easily track your progress in the BMO app.
That sounds great.
You could really go nuts.
Check G502. But I need an actual mechanical keyboard. I need graphics card. I need a fucking old. I want to get an OLED. An OLED screen. We'll see. We'll see.
Coming back from the break, we definitely saw a dominating first half from C9 on the attack. Also still proving that out of the remaining teams that are available now in the LCQ, C9 still has a very strong attacking breeze.
Yeah, it did seem it, didn't it? They came out hardcore. No beach chairs, no towels. I don't even think they brought enough time for sunscreen to get on there. And it wasn't just off Leaf. We had Vanity opening some rounds. The watch on the extremities, while Leaf was able to be a lot of the spearhead for these rounds, as we see a bit.
That's my boy, bro.
Towards,
Cloud knows what's up.
Rather, and towards elbow. Cloud9 was able to change up the pace at which they hit each site. How much they were pushing energy out of the site. Leaf was demanding space, and nobody wanted to be in front of that Viper wall that Cloud9 was setting up on attack. We're on defense, though. Let's switch it up. Energy now to see how many rounds they can get. Trying to get in the mind of Cloud9, who is playing quite far back themselves, except for one Leaf already pushed into cave.
You have some information, though. That nice spot at one, and even a camera from Mitch. The strength of having that Cypher in your lineup, even if you have a Haze Poison Orb lineup for Tunnel, there was still a gap on the top where you saw Energy try to attempt to jump inside that A nest. That said, though, we're cutting down the noise, looking for this entry from Tex. A little bit of damage going on from both ends, but it still remains a stalemate, and Energy are now committing to this B site.
Yeah, quickly through Arch.
Yeah, man. And Leaf actually did get one into the cave on top of that.
30 seconds left.
Now the trades are happening inside B site. Fully blinder replays our C9. Somehow they both stay alive at least for one kill until finally Ethan swings in from the back. It's a 2 versus 2 with the spike yet to get planted. 17 seconds left on the clock. And Leaf has already rotated for that flank. The flash in the front and a great opportunity for Leaf to just wait for the tap. Nice shot there onto EU. Now a 1 versus 1. Committed now onto the plant is going to be Ethan. But he's going to be the one that has no information. Swings out and the shots missed from Leaf. 3 bullets left in the chamber and he only needs 2 to win that 1v1 and C9 get another pistol.
Leaf. Absurd pressure right now that he is putting on this game. The impact frags he's able to come up with and the amount of pressure he alone is putting on Energy has to be respected. A lot of the beginning of this season, I was saying the same thing about Sam, or when we would see him play Jet here. And he would be in front of Cage demanding that you understand his Jet's going to dash and at least get one, and it's untradeable. We're seeing that at the Leaf, right? He's pushing you. You almost need to call for more than one. He'll be behind. The read of this game right now is ridiculous. And we see Ethan there go down on the breach. A change that they've had, not recently, but now playing the breach instead of that Sky. I have to wonder if a guiding light... No, I'm just kidding. We see them coming up. C9 gets pistol round, all jokes aside. Let's see here if Energy can get into their thrifty mode. Let's see if they can get that vibe going. They go for a buy.
Yeah, try to get the orbs, try to farm that up for Ethan. I mean, he's only one away of getting that Rolling Thunder. If they actually get a plant, this could be a really good, actually, force fight that they get into the second round.
Oh
but
my gosh.
unfortunately, he's going to get the Rolling Thunder after dying to Leaf with the wall going up on a toxic screen on the attack. So, yeah, those plans have been foiled. Things are looking pretty good.
Great push
for C9 until that. Sam and Hayes answer back. And then Vanity with the Guardian. Fully flashed at the staircase. Curry with help with the Marshal. Looking towards the left side. But Hayes wins that. A 2v2. Idiocy back again is going to be Vanity, and that's a spike down. Sam with the Spectre long range, or with a Stinger long range, excuse me. It's not going to be as easy.
Yeah, the janitors are being called up here. Cloud9 needs to clean up right now. Clean up on Sam in pyramids. Oh, that flash. If he had anything other than a stinger, that would have been a much different story.
Yeah, bro.
It still was.
Is just
great
like,
damage there coming in from Energy.
Bro,
and they need everything right now. 11-3.
C9
C9 is able to stave off the most of that pressure as it comes into the A site from Energy's attack. See a replay right here. Vanity just being able to answer back one after the other. That was dropping the Bulldog, which was one of the biggest things to have happen, because that could have really started to turn the round in favor of Energy if it stayed up and alive. See how they switch things up. It is going to be a push out mid. C9 actually going to add pressure all over the map here. And it looks like a death ball by Energy. It might get pinched in.
You have to go fast, man. It's going to be the Viper wall up, and you have to use this ult because you're investing into this round. Another heavy buy, and they're all running through the poison orb. Thankfully, though, Som still gets the opening kill. We have a hit coming out from Vanity because he had a 2K before, and it's just C9 across the board. That was going to be one of the questions coming in here at match point for C9 is, you have this comp from Energy that aren't running any type of duelist here with, and I thought it was going to be one of those toxic screens, Rolling Thunder, that was going to help out, but this got fully denied by C9's defense.
Bro, 9-3 curse, man.
And your triple initiator doesn't demand you're taking that space, right? If you had something else, you can turn a flash. You can usually turn both flashes and dodge where a breach might be hitting and shoot the sonar bolt. I think that's where Cloud9 is at in their head. Like, it all sounds so simple. But if you just don't give that utility respect and you again play in the face of your opponent, then Energy really don't have anything to scare you with, right? They don't have a Neon running forward.
Really don't know.
If Tex doesn't get the angles when everybody's running in and he's flanking, then you got to wait for Tex to do something. And that was sometimes the case for Energy, right? Som would kind of pick it up. Tex would be there to pick up to start off the round and make sure things went smoothly, because the defensive team was then spread out due to one opening frag. But it's just not coming together at all in that situation. The team needs to stay together, but they all want to be working off each other's utility.
Especially,
and Cloud9
bro, they literally
has
have
that figured
a bunch
out.
of
Absolutely, through and through.
When they had the best success for Energy,
have a bunch of
thinking about the end of stage 2.
So was this really
in the
smart
group stages when they actually beat the red hot ghosts. When you actually had Som come out as a duelist, as that Jet, and that's when that was one of those times where even we casted, and even last year before.
And Som's not even having a bad game, right?
Exactly. Just need a little bit more of that space creation.
Exactly. It's the space creation. It's being able to show 9 that they need to respect what you're doing, and C9's not having any of it right now. They're like, okay, we'll be there too. Don't worry, just let us know. So C9 has set up all the defensive utility onto B with Mitch, leaving all of the members lean towards A here to just add a wall of gun defense. So that's going to be super hard to get through. And Energy's playing the read it out game. See if we can get some utility. Find out where they might have a power weapon, which they don't. They're not even using operators, so no hero needed from C9. It's just they're playing not to lose now. And it's a very dangerous thing to be in.
Welcome to my
Very far back too, but thankfully this could be the first attempt of a turnaround for Energy. A fake Viper spin.
Bro, why do I want to like click my
if you're gonna try to
my right
you're
and
hoping that this knife is gonna hit Mitch, especially when he's playing anchored inside this B site.
Yeah, like
we're actually moving back
while
towards
watching. Bro, I played too much of this game, bro. I'm over here trying to do that shit in real life.
I like this play from Energy. It has a lot of support already.
Yep,
They'll definitely pressure C9 into something new to start things off. They're still going to plant outside, so a little bit of a delay game played by this pit, but they still have coverage on the spike. That means, I mean, it becomes a little bit more dangerous in a sense, but I think Energy wants to have full vision of that diffuser.
Energy off this pulse plan has to face off against such an early rotation already from C9 with 4 players inside that site. Works out for Ethan for a couple of kills at least. As the overdrive didn't connect for any kills, the late lurk from Tex. So we're finally turning things over for Energy. A little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Vanity is just looking to make it expensive, but finally a round coming in for Energy with again another one of those lower buys. Just keep having these mixed buys to get the success for Energy so far on Breeze.
It's kind of like weird thing to say, but you know, a team plays down, you're like in a red card, and you're like, man, they were just playing so much more concise and better. It's like you feel that. You're like, oh, it's game point. All right. No more mistakes. Just rethink everything. You know, you have that consideration for each play you're making. And on that one, we saw that consideration in Energy's movement. back and forth between the sites, not fully choosing until they knew they could commit with a lot of space, making sure that Viper pit was what they could use. Hazed ult down now. They are on deck for EU's ultimate here, and Som. There you go. No command being achieved right now in the shop.
Angles, bro.
And it doesn't look like C9's going to have too much of an answer here. They are Nico.
Okay.
Tex. Nice shooting. Starts off, gets another first blood for himself, dropping Vanity.
And C9 looks like they wanted to finish something really quickly. Vanity back with the Guardian, who lost it, and Zeppa has the Vandal. So the two players that had weapons were stacked up in a crossfire in the A site, losing that one. But look at Lee's position under the window. They have a camera bait inside this window where that spike is leaning towards you, and Leaf could maybe get a surprise kill.
Yeah, I love this. It's just camera distraction.
You got a classic, though. You got to be on point here.
Classic? Yeah, no relay bolt either. Really slide out on this one. Fire over. Does what he can. Shooting the P shooter there. Mitch getting actually a nice shot out as Energy takes over B. They should be able to sweep through this round without too much more damage, Van Silly. Yeah. And these are the ones they need, right? You can't suffer too much casualty here on a C9.
But yeah, if I had the pistol, I would wait until the other guy went. Like, even if you get a kill and trade,
that
like,
Mitch got the kill
really
onto a
it?
KO that ulted, so there's actually not too much economy that's been dwindled down. Now Zeppa's stuck inside a corner, had a nice flash, but it's just that good positioning from the rest.
Little click to the chest, one to center mass. It's a nice frag there on EU. Do a little bit more down. I thought it was a headshot at first, but it was just his spark. 12-5, squeezing the last few out there. Tour de Force is up. They actually have pretty good money here. If they can fold another one over, C9 are not going to be feeling good. Even on 2,900, they're sitting around 3,000 credits if they lose this round with the 2,900 max round money for losing. But yeah, Hunter's Fury as well. A lot of good positioning can be had here by Energy.
You want to play?
Let's plant play. Down. And there's the opening Tour de Force. Can they get that kill coming in from Tex? Oh, they actually start with it, Van Silly!
Yeah.
Oh, he gets it!
Onto Curry. That's actually huge.
So
the wall comes out on B site. Thought we were going to try to go for a wall from the mid to A and leave the front A site open so the total
I'm trying to not talk too much because I don't want to talk over the commentators, but also
they want to play the contact space in mid. They think they'll be given it by Cloud9. You see the trade here, actually just to the right is Ethan. So those guys hugging down on the bottom of mid, waiting to play the buddy teamwork, and good coverage on the door by Som. All extremities are held right now with a trademark watching. Oh, the trade wasn't there, though. It was a very quick peek coming in from Zeppa. Wasn't even there long enough. Oh, my word.
No time to react.
Damn, bro. You got him from that
on the defender side, too, just to see there's alert
just
the door.
Peeking, that's fucking
You're still running on no information for C9, even after that first pick.
Bro.
Thankfully, we do have Mac Control for Leaf under that window, but for the rest of Energy, we're looking for the split into the A site again, trying to bring value into this operator from Tex. The ult that he has out on this chamber is just looking to push aggressively. The knife goes back inside the site. Here comes the push in with 20 seconds left. The off angle at the bottom of the staircase, but it's evened out.
Those are huge.
At least on the trades on the A site. Mitch is still inside. The cage comes down, trying to get the first hit as it gets traded off by Ethan. 10 seconds left. Leaf is moving up. Shots missed by Tex on this 2 versus 1. And now they go for the double swing. And Tex saves around here for Energy. This was one of those rounds, Riv, where you're staying on a default, trying to see if C9's going to play aggressively and do any mistakes. And that gets dangerous when you clear no utility and no space on your end.
3 in a row now in round 4 Energy. Feeling real good.
I've never seen this map.
They start to put down C9's econ. We talked a little bit about that last round. This would be a tough buy. I mean, if C9 gets the frags they want, maybe 1 or 2, they start using those ultimates and flip this one on Energy's head. But
there's only like a few maps that I consider
good control of mid, able to really capitalize as well on the space they need to take. Frags coming in by Hazed, and I think it was Ethan coming into the site there, were absolutely pivotal for them to retake it because Energy was getting avoided all round because of that tour de force in the hands of Tex. So they had to find the frags through those Vandals. Energy switching it
Why
up.
Why did it look down when they're
everybody backing off this time just because of the utility to be used? Probably get enough time to go by before so that reset comes back up here. But you already see the potential on the retake or on the wall here.
Is that stupid what I said, or is that
and it's watched by Leaf, and he'll turn in a quick
bro.
second to make sure that goes right into sight. He's getting the stinger onto a few people.
The initial utility coming out from C9 was good to force energy to reset off the fuel of the toxic screen, and now here comes the re-exec. A knife to try to deny if you can or delay. Zeppa throws out that 0 point and enables spot 4. So that's confirmation that the hit at least is starting towards the A site. A late alert from Hayes on the top of the A halls, looking for the pitch on the bridge. And the roll never comes down on the attack. Full one is going to be Mitch. But it's still going to be energy overpowering everybody on the defense. Vanity with the Marshall body shot, but then the wall bang from Hayes. That makes it out 7-2, and starting to breathe a little bit and regain that confidence that has been flattened since the beginning of the round.
I mean, they're doing good, bro. I don't want to jinx it.
That looked a lot cleaner.
Like, they're doing good.
Exactly. Clean round from Energy. Nice little rotation out of there by James the Wisdom Comp, getting himself into position to make sure that worked for the team. And we've been looking at the controllers this tournament, too, so it's good to see more of them stepping up here in this match. And Vanity having a good one as well. The C9 call him out to say what's going on. That's 4 in a row. It does seem like Energy's attack has a little bit more gusto than that defense they were trying to put up. And even without having their duelist, as we saw before, they're finding ways to just move together and get the trades. It becomes so much more difficult to make sure those trades work and make sure Tex at least has an opening shot. Again, we saw C9 trying to just avoid the tour de force on the round that came up, or the round that we might see Energy have more operators. Energy is forced to walk into the site, and it seems like they're getting more comfortable at that because with their 3 initiators,
I want to see where they put their crosshair placement.
So with those flashes having a little bit more impact in the positioning of Energy moving into the site, see how they keep this moving forward, how they keep stringing rounds together. Still going to be max money going into the hands of C9. A lot of them low here on this push right into their pockets. So they're all going to be around 2,900 credits next time another round Energy can get the fold over. 3 ults, though, for C9 here.
3 ults, an operator for C9, put in the hands of Vanity. A couple of flashes for mid control to start things off, and that's Leaf with an opener and a spike. That's not a good start.
I have the spike.
Actually use a lot of their initiation utility that they want to get in here.
Yeah.
Darts, quite easy to shoot.
You talked about how the flashes are so important here for Energy to get into these sites, Riv, and already they lost 2 of them off Ethan falling.
C9, see if they can convert this. But Energy has definitely spent more time in rounds where they had 5 up. So now with 4, maybe they want to kind of cut to the chase here and make C9 think that it will be a delayed round, when in fact it will not. Nice actually 0 point there. Kind of jig is up, so never mind. Cancel what I just said. Stall it even longer. And a lot of util actually being used here to get into the site. Hopefully it pays off for them as they get themselves into position. Energy ready for the A plant.
Dull command coming out here from Zeppa. Still trying to push forward our Energy to get this plant. Comes out. Also forcing out the Honest Fury from Curry. Get a few pings in there and a big flank from Leaf, as you mentioned before, but it's not going to be needed.
It's not going to be needed.
We all get shot from behind as soon as he turns over, and there you go. Leaf gets the kill, and this has been pretty much one-sided overall. It was just a matter of time, but C9 showed up with a very strong breeze.
Yeah, I think with that round we saw as well, it was the story of that was kind of a one step ahead. Cloud9 looked one step ahead in how they continued to push into the sites. Once they figured out B wasn't working, they go through mid quite a bit, and if again it wasn't off a Leaf, we saw Mitch opening frags with the operator from the attack side too. They just have so much versatility in how they can play it. Once Energy on defense thought they had a read, they were looking at something different, and that becomes so difficult to play against.
Yeah, chat, just stay cool. It wasn't as hot as we expected, but we just came off a hot series between 100 Thieves and Sentinels. We needed a little bit of a breezer on breeze. Right? So, a breather on breeze. So let's take a break, and when we come back, hopefully we get some cold players on Icebox.
Yo, I missed 100 Ds. 100 Ds for SEN. I missed 100 Ds. Fuck. Okay, what's the next round? Is it C9 versus 100 Thieves? That'll be dope. That'll be fucking dope. Hey, hold on. Watching Valorant. Hold on. Watching Valorant with my. Hold on. On the top of my head, top of the head. I'm fucking bad. That's what she said. Hold on. She giving me head. Hey. I go on red. God damn. Hey. 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 Yeah. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, I'm that. Hey, 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 I'm that nigga.
Waiting with the judge, and that's where the spice going. But he's about to get pitched from the back up the road, another kill onto Trent.
The early rolling thunder will still allow an opportunity for EG to move in, but Hayes, while stunned, gets another double.
Welcome back, everyone. As C9 have, well, they were trying to do a little bit of a speed run there for a moment there, but Energy almost brought that one back. Unfortunately for them, it was not enough. Cloud9 managed to win on Breeze with authority. Golden Boy here alongside with Mimi and Mel as we discuss all of that. And, you know, I mean, let's just show some of the highlights from that game and really talk about the giant mechanical half-man, half-machine elephant in the room, which was Breach. Don't really think that they got the value Energy out of the Breach that they were hoping they would have gotten.
I was hoping to see something innovative, something crazy. Energy have shown that to us in the past, but I'm going to be honest, I did not think the Breach was it. Looking back at that defensive side, you could count the rounds that they won on a single arm, because you only really need one. It felt like there was only like one big moment where the Breach actually got a lot of value. They had the one ult play for a retake, but in general, I felt like C9's composition worked well against it. They tried to play some kind of opening gambits off the stun, but every round, C9 either played back or Leaf just ran straight past it, and it didn't really affect much. I feel like this composition could have gotten a lot more value with a different initiator or just someone else slotted into the lineup. I really wasn't a fan of what they brought out.
On the flip side, I think it was interesting because Neon's kind of like a mini Breach in a sense where you could kind of like trade those little mini stuns. But I think I agree with you there where it didn't feel like we could feel the effects of like a really strong Breach initiator that we do like on other maps.
Yeah. I think that this is always been a map where like we've wanted something new for Breach, wanted something special. I like the teams that have brought the fade out, but really didn't see a ton out of the Breach. I think the second half on attack, things did get a little bit better. We saw the flashes, those stuns, helping to kind of zone past like walls that stop Cloud9 from swinging through in a few of those rounds. But I think you need a lot more built on that defensive side if you are going to elect to put that Breach in your composition. However, on the other side, you talked about the mini Breach for Leaf. The Neon was working impeccably well for him. I was a little critical of it when they played it Ascent last week, but I thought here on Breeze the role worked really well.
Yeah, it's like reflected in the stats as well. And Mel, I mean, I think it's very clear that, like, unlike the Breach, it felt like C9 knew exactly what they.
Introducing the new Gillette Labs with exfoliating bar, a razor designed to take the
things added to their new show. These were 3 things that former Game of Thrones writers David and Dan left out of the main series. Now, before we actually get into the video, I want to take a moment to discuss the private and even gives you access to online shopping deals and will even notify you whenever you do a switch your IP address to. As HBO embarked on a brand new adaptation of George R. R. Martin's novels, this time of Fire and Blood, instead of the A Song of Ice and Fire, the fantasy author made a few key requests of the new showrunners. During an event attended by Insider, House of the Dragon co-showrunners Miguel Sapochnik and Ryan Condal said there were 3 things that Martin asked to have included. They said he wanted the dragons to be colorful, and an emphasis on bright heraldry, and the addition of King Jaehaerys Targaryen, the second of his name. Now, some of you might be wondering, why is this great news? What difference does it really make? We already knew about these new additions to the dragons because we have seen them ourselves in all the official photos and videos HBO has been releasing. Well, I think this is great news because it's another example of George R. R. Martin's involvement with House of the Dragon. This shows that they are actually respecting him by not only listening to what he has to say, but giving him what he wants as well. This is actually very different to how he was handled during the run of Game of Thrones. We know that now because he already wanted these additions in Game of Thrones, but he never got it. I think this is great because it shows how him and these new showrunners have a healthy relationship. Maybe it's only me who believes this, but I think this is a really great sign moving forward. I hope this is a small glimpse of what will come in the future. It starts with him getting this small addition added to the show, but hopefully it will lead to him getting even bigger things added.
Hold on. Is this new?
Energy took advantage of an opportunity.
No, that fucking...
into the show down the road. We shall see. Now, according to House of the Dragon showrunner Miguel Sapochnik, George R. R. Martin made note of when Game of Thrones showrunners David Benioff and D.B. Weiss left Jaehaerys out of the listed line of rulers when it came to historical Targaryen kings in the fictional universe. David and Dan skipped over Jaehaerys for reasons of clarity that he really did not understand, Sapochnik said, when referring to author George R. R. Martin. He had a bee in his bonnet about it. He wanted...
You know what? Good to hear. Good to hear. Spoiler alert.
Did it work? It's too good to be true. It's believable, man. I mean, this is great tactical work right here to be able to, outsmart somebody when they got
the gun on you.
On you.
Yes.
And hand on the trigger.
Yes.
Like ready to go.
Yes. Watch this, another good one. Put it right on you, because a lot of times the trigger what they do is they come up on you.
Oh, they want you to feel it.
Look, man. Don't move, dog. Don't move. Hey, let's look up. Hey, what you looking at? You want something? Move on.
Right. They want you to feel
right.
it. They want you to
because also they want you leaving. So if they stand back here, point the gun at you,
you can get it what?
You just run or pull your gun out.
Right.
They're like, okay.
Well, I didn't know which one it was, so.
Want to be more.
Yeah, right up there. What you doing? Right. So that's why they're running the same thing.
Oh, so you disarming?
Now I can't fire. Pull trigger. So what we did was open the action.
And it's 2 hands against 1.
Yep. And from right here, you got one right. Yes. Yes.
Did it work? It's too good to be true. It's believable.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trusting him, bro. I'm not trying to die. I'm not trying to die, low-key. High-key, fucked.
Just between us, cleaning with a mopping bucket is such a hassle. Ugh. Well, I switched to Swiffer WetJet, and it's awesome. It's an all-in-one that absorbs dirt and grime deep inside, and it helps prevent streaks and haze. Stop cleaning and start Swiffering.
Bro, energy lost, where were you?
Oh yeah, here he comes again.
That's Jaws, what the fuck?
Oh, yes!
Oh my god! Did I get it? Yes!
That's the first time!
Harus di video! Video man! Video man!
Holy! Get out of there!
Get this some, baby!
I got it. I'm videotaping it. Videotaping this.
Get some!
Wait, back the f up. This thing's in the boat. Are you kidding me? I
I can't even believe it.
They fucking eat, sea lions be eating fucking penguins, bro.
He goes the other way.
God damn, bro. Blood all over the mouth. That's a killer.
Do you see that?
Fuck that. This is why I don't like this. And the crazy thing about it is, you wouldn't imagine how big these waves are in real life. Like, you would deadass not even imagine how big these waves are in real life. Because we're looking through a computer screen. I can just imagine how scary it is. I can imagine, like, if you've never seen waves this big in real life, it'll be like something you never witnessed in your life. I can just imagine, bro. Octopus. That nigga dipped. What if it fucking blows one time and you're dead, nigga? What the fuck? This is supposed to be scary? A turtle, nigga.
Oh man. Oh man, oh man. For whale.
Next round? Did next round start? Oh, I think they are. Yeah, next round
He has
started.
a good read on it here as the rounds go forward.
Definitely feels like an
Okay,
even
so
round.
it's a bunch of matches.
If you're looking at what we have in terms of weaponry, there's some that has a stronger buy with the Spectre, but maybe it's going to be those shields that's going to save the day here for energy, because we have a nice stack from C9 if the Gamma is going to be towards that site, but after the Yellow Drone, it's going to be a late re-hit from energy into B here.
I like how it shows where they're
Like 1, 2, 3. Yep. Easy util to take site. Textbook.
Spike planted.
And this should be a quick B long hold. 1 or 2 at yellow, and they're safe to go. Tech's still on that rotation, so he might creep down mid just a little bit more here once he sees the backside of somebody feigning the first shot and not taking it. No sound for him just yet.
This is going to be huge here. First two. Looking for the third
there's
here.
3.
It's going to connect onto that one as well. A
Hat-trick.
5 on 2. Tex trying to look for that fourth one, but it's not going to happen. So
if you got all of them in,
no highlight reels
in
coming
3
out
tries,
from
like not 3 tries, all
that's
of
good
them at
enough.
once, bro.
Come on, that's good enough, man.
He missed.
You know, because Leaf is going to
Missed
do
the last
instead.
one,
Look at that.
but that
Tex
would've
Don't
been
say
great.
it so.
And now it's a 2 versus 1. Of course, the spike is going to go off, but you're trying to make it expensive, and you had for a bit. And it's 2 unanswered rounds now for energy.
Spicy for you to live there. Oh my gosh.
Is it NRG or
Tex
energy?
coming up huge on that one. Tex with the turkey. He comes up with 3. Just clean. And his timing was waiting as well for what would have gone under 2, right? So he's like, I probably got a few more seconds. Nope, 3 members in my face. And that's what we've been waiting for from Tex, right? He loves those 1v2, v3, v4. Bring him
I
on.
really
Situations,
wish
right?
I
Keep
seen
him
the
coming.
100 deeps
And his
one, man.
headhunter is very deadly once it comes online. A little bit of pressure towards B to start here. A bit of the same
Oh, I love
play
that knife.
without that quick lurk towards mid.
I don't know if I'll get the red version, but I love that
Nice little
knife. Like,
combination
bro, I
of
need
flash
that.
there. Not allowed the recon right there. Broken drive towards yellow. Forced a bit of rotation. All of energy, rather, now towards the A site. But Prowler on mid now confirms from C9 that there's nobody lurking from energy in that area. Vanity looking to delay and making a lot of noise with energy on the attack. Taking cover towards the A site. Zeppelin gets the first blood into this round, make that even the second one. Needs to get the spike down here for energy. You already have C9 all across the map here on the A site.
This is actually pretty incredible from Zeppa there to be able to get those first few fags. My word.
Yeah, but some answers back, and even Ethan there with the Guardian in the face of Mitch. Now in a 2 versus 1, as Leaf and Curry answers back. Comes down to the 1v1, attempt of a clutch from EU. Recon dart out, we're sticking on to the spike. We're trying to get the wall bang, and we will get it for EU with the Red Bull clutch.
What is it with last second defuses here? Oh my gosh. EU comes up huge on that because that's the bonus. That's the switch round for C9 to start carrying the economy in their favor.
Why they would put it
the normal
there,
way it goes, but the Red Bull clutch is the way it will fall through. And I was saying, Zeppa had some amazing shots there. That's another pre-minute into the round that Energy is going into plant. So the fact that Zeppa is able to get 2 when Energy thinks he should be backing up and Energy is going to take full part of the site is huge. But they still get the cleanup, janitorial duty by EU. Absolutely huge plays there. And they put C9 back onto a lower buy. It is going to be some Sheriffs with a hero on Leaf. Let's see if he can make that Champ Phantom go to work here.
It was one of those rounds where whoever lost that one was going to be in a huge deficit in terms of economy. This time being C9, hero rifle for Leaf. Couple of small shields, though, as we had a little bit of jiggle peek from both chambers on mid. Something that we'll see very often on this map these days, especially with the range that we still are playing on the rendezvous available from these chambers. Leaf also further extending a little bit more, and that overextension becomes an invitation from Tex to get the first blood.
Not terrible. His buy folds into an ultimate next round so he can hero on this and still have a weapon. Unfortunate they were not able to capitalize on a Phantom buy, though. And that's going to be protected for a little bit. That weapon, they figure it's going to pick it up. I think they let it go now. The Prowler comes out. It's going to be too much to grab that Phantom, but great job by Energy to shut that down right away.
Still very quiet, though, for Energy. And finally trying to move inside that site where Hayes is holding towards the bottom of that back A site. Trying to get a plant here on the top of the A nest. Ashley, he was looking to be towards default. He's going to be towards deeper inside the A site. But with the weaponry, things are looking pretty good for Energy to capitalize into the round. Thankfully, we pick up the Phantom that was left behind earlier into the round, but Zeppa did not get a kill with that. Prime giving flawless for Energy.
But this is an attack,
Not what I expected to see off the rip here from Energy. It's not a slow start. They're confident still in what their strategies are. You see that they've shaken off Breeze. Smart elevated play by Tex here to get things going. They have actually recognized the push from C9 on Tube a few rounds in a row. So they check it again here, conditioned to it. And they do pick up the only Phantom on the round. We'll see the Tour de Force come in. We see it ready for Leaf as the rest of the team is able to now get into a bye. Energy here pressured once again on a full gun round with focus towards A. Trademarks over towards B to protect the flank now.
Good call there for Leaf with the Tilde False, which is why they had that hero rifle in that previous round. Tries to go for that tank control once again, but the KOL cancels it out. And Tex answers first once again, but Vanity's in the back of the site. That's the KOL down. Still allowing Energy to move forward, but the wall breaks the timing on that.
Yield.
At least we'll try to get a plan.
Spike planted.
Mid-site res, you gotta love it. Oh, they go for another one, double res round.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Res right into the deck. But at least Rats are back on the top of 410. It's a 2 versus 1. He's looking for the clutch. Hiding behind the generator. And a Prowler spots him out, though. I love the position from Curry, how he's standing towards the air, basically being a standing camera. But the trade comes out to allow for C9 to get the first round into the board with some perfect trading of capabilities on the retake.
Really nicely done there. You gotta say Energy overheated a little bit trying to get that, and then he reses it. It takes so long just to get KO.
This is cool.
Another res while you're back site, and it's already been 10 seconds. The team, Cloud9's on you, right? They're suffocating you. And I think just a little bit of an overheat there.
Anyway,
love the play though. Imagine if they both come up, literal, just like revitalization team. You can't kill them. They all come back in the round. That would have been immense, but it does not work.
I want to learn how to play
C9 able to capitalize on one. Vanity stripping down to the judge a little bit, but to be able to use that very effectively.
Yeah.
As now, Tour de Force comes out on the other side, answered by Energy this round.
Bringing back the never-done playstyle is Vanity, looking for the Viper's Pit and also playing with the Judge, of course, instead of a Bucky.
Boom.
That covers up the B site now with that
haven't
pit.
played it at all, actually.
All right, this is going to be interesting because Energy have planted every round so far on Icebox. see how they can get into the site now. They're being funneled towards A with this Viper's pit. So C9 should have a little bit of a run towards that. It's going to be a rendezvous out and a retake from what it looks like already, because C9 is leaning more towards just kind of audio grabs. Like look and see where Zeppa is, right? If Zeppa can just get a hear on somebody over here at Electric Box or that nest, easy. Rotate back over. They are.
Tagged there onto some. The knife doesn't hit him, so he could still keep this forward position, and finally the Hunter's Fury and the Snakebite flushes him out. A great position from C9 with the stack they had on middle, pretty much having both extremities under lock.
Get the wall up.
Time to play the retake.
Okay. Oh, dueling.
Alright, anyway guys, I am going to end stream. So that being said, I appreciate the love and support. Rust, Twitch rivals. I'm playing Rust. That bitch is crusty. Hold on, I think she busty. I be really on the beat. Hey, I go skeet skeet. Hold on, I don't fuck with the feet, but I fuck with her teeth. I'm a beast in shit. Yeah, I don't fucking know, but anyway, I'm finna end stream, bruh. Watched a little bit. You know, it was cool, bro. It was really cool. On God, shit was cool. You know, seeing some competitive shit, it was cool. You know, watch more and definitely learn after. I need to, you know, practice more because I really want to take Valorant serious. You know what I'm saying? I haven't taken the game serious since Overwatch when I used to play for 8 hours. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Love you guys. Straight to Breezy. Out.